The packaging for 2nd Gen Threadripper puts the first round simply to shame. And we have a peek at the potential next generation GeForce graphics cards, PCB, and their naming scheme. I'll take it. So the first pictures of AMD Ryzen Threadripper 2000 series package have been leaked by the guys over at Video Cards. The next generation AMD HEDT processors will be released very soon, and we already got word about the specifications. But today, we're going to get our first look at the packaging for AMD's high-end desktop chips. Back when AMD released their first generation Ryzen Threadripper processors, we got to see two new things. First was obviously the processor itself, which was a disruptive product in the market. The second thing we got was the gorgeous packaging that the chip was shipped inside. It was a good relief from the box-style packages that CPUs previously had shipped in, but it looks like AMD is going all out with their 2nd generation Ryzen Threadripper processors. Just like the 32-core behemoth, the new Threadripper flagship is going to be, well, the packaging is also going to be a grand scheme of things. It's bigger, it looks epic, and like the last package, it comes with a transparent window which reveals the CPU in the front. This time, AMD has gone with a more polygonal look, which does look rather impressive. The back of the box has the same layout with the orange tint showing where the processor is placed. Given the room inside of the box, we can tell that aside from the processor, it will ship with manuals, of course, and tools like last time that are necessary for installing Ryzen Threadripper processors in the TR4 motherboards. Now on to some GeForce news. The latest NVIDIA GeForce GTX PCB shots have leaked out, giving us a bit of a hint at what the Green Team has been working on for so long. This is the second NVIDIA next generation PCB to leak out within a span of 2 months, with the first one being more tiered towards enthusiast market, while this version is made for the high-end gaming market. It's surprising that we've seen 2 PCB leaks, but haven't had a good look at the GPU itself, which will be powering these boards. The PCB makes use of a total of 8 memory dies, which are scattered around the GPU core. Now, NVIDIA can use 8 GB or 16 GB of GDDR6 memory on this board, but that depends on whether the higher capacity GDDR6 dies are in good enough supply or not. As for the power delivery, the card has a connection for an 8 and a 6-pin power connection. And we know that the reference NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 PCB had connections for dual 8-pin power ports, but only requires 1. So that may be the case with this card. The card also comes with 10 phases, but NVIDIA is known not to use all of them and house the rest for future variants. And it looks like the first leak of the naming scheme for NVIDIA's upcoming next generation graphics card has finally leaked out. The NVIDIA GeForce GTX 2080 and 2070 featuring Ampere GA104 GPU have just received ECC certification via Kamachi. All of the rumors and hints dropped by NVIDIA so far have been pointing to the Turing being chosen as the naming brand, but if the certification is accurate, then the company will actually be going forward with Ampere. Manly Technologies, a vendor for GeForce GPUs, has just registered an ECC certification with the name GTX 2070 and GTX 2080 included in the mix. Now the GPU chips also contain the GA104 and GA104-400, both of which are Ampere based. Now some words of caution. While this is a real certification, it is possible that the company is using placeholder names and the actual nomenclature could be something else. Threadripper shows off its huge package, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 2080, 2070, and a fresh PCB. So, what if this news is interesting to you? What are you most excited about? Would love to hear your comments down below. This has been Keith with WCCF Tech TV, and we'll catch you in the next one.